Well, this morning we're making our way back to Sneed Island Boat Works. Underwater lights that we had installed in February have never worked, so they've got the replacements in, and we've had an opportunity to take today off and leave it there overnight and get a hotel room here at the Hampton Inn, and should be ready to pick up tomorrow. And after that we'll have some beautiful underwater lights that Robert Cole talked me into that I don't need. Well, we're at Sneed's right on time. It's got a pretty morning motor here, and we'll leave it in their good hands to take care of us, and we'll see them again tomorrow. Well, now that the lights are working, they alternate blue and white. Thanks, Robert, for talking me into it. They're pretty cool. Well, in the days before the storm, I was supposed to come right towards Bradenton where we're at, but it took a turn, luckily for us, but unfortunately for our friends south. It's been about 3 days prepping the boat, tying things down, zip tying anything that could flow around, and I felt pretty good about what we did to prepare for this storm. Learned a few things, and a few things I'll do a little different next time. We're actually in a really nice condo that Kathy's coach instructor up at the gym lives in this facility, and I think she kind of looks after this place when the residents are gone, and the residents offered it up, and she called Kathy, so we feel pretty lucky to have this. 2 bedrooms, and it'll have to do. Well, we may end up in a pantry or closet in the interior in a couple of days, but as you can see, we're not far off the water here off the Manatee River, but our marina, you can't see it from this view, but it's just to the right, really maybe less than a quarter mile. We could see it out the end of the hallway. So this is where we'll be for the next 3-4 days maybe. Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, September 27th, and we're in a really nice condo here in Bradenton. It's not far from the marina, not too far inland, but it's what we decided to do. Hold up here. We do have some dock mates that are actually staying on the boat, so I think we're a little better off than that. I'm sure most of them will relocate when they feel they have to. Got a few things to do this morning. Last minute, remove shore power. That's about it. Double check the seacocks, remove the internet lines, store those away, and turn off the power to everything other than the pumps on the boat. After that, it's we've done everything you can. You got to feel good about that, and whatever happens, happens. Still praying it takes a turn to the west and stays farther offshore. We'll be safer, and it'll poop out there, not hurt anyone else. But the local news is saying we're going to see a storm like residents here have never seen before. Don't make you feel good, but it is what it is, and we'll... Okay, it's about 8 a.m. morning of the storm. They're saying this is 35, 40 mile an hour winds. I haven't watched the weather yet this morning, I just woke up, but I think they're predicting at some point potentially up to 100 mile an hour winds around noon or 2 o'clock. This doesn't look too bad so far. I take my buddy out here for a squeeze this morning, and then hopefully we'll have a chance to get another one in this afternoon or this evening. And there's our marina. Everything still seems to be holding up pretty good. Yeah, nothing's really started yet. But you can low tide, but the way the winds come and with the rotation of the hurricane being on the north end, what it will do, it will suck all the water out of this river. I'm told last time, I believe it was Irma came through, I mean virtually it truly sucked all the water out of this river, and then it came flying back in. So our biggest concern is that the water doesn't raise above those pilings, and that's what keeps the docks in place. Again, we've got this big metal barrier around our marina, which will help storm maybe a little bit of wind. So one of the safest marinas to be into around these parts, category 3 rated. All these trees may not survive as we get in front of it, but still hoping travels away from us. Don't wish it on anyone else. Certainly I can keep my boat, live our dream. Okay, I think we better head back before it gets worse. And again, that's our condo right there, the brown one, light brown one with the red roof, so we're not far away at all. We can come to the end of the stairwell and maybe with some binoculars see our own boat, kind of check it out if it's not too windy later on today. Well, I don't know how much you'll be able to see outside our lanai window, but they're telling us these are 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. I can't really tell what the river's doing, but it certainly doesn't look like it's receded much more than the last time I looked. I think we still got 2 or 3 hours before the worst is going to hit here. Good thing is they keep telling us that the storm surge here, in Bradenton and Tampa Bay area continues to lessen, which is great for all those people who have boats or folks who have houses. There's just not much space from sea level to where these things sit. And that's because we're on the north side of the hurricane, and those winds are curling around and actually sucking water out instead of blowing it in. We'll see what happens. It's all new to us, but so far so good, and I guess these hurricane type windows are going to hold up. Again, we haven't seen the worst of it yet by any means. We could see winds almost twice the speed, if it really gets bad. And again, it's about 9:25 now. I think we got to around noon when the worst is supposed to hit, and it's going to stay nasty for a day. Pretty weird stuff to experience the first time. So the view of the inside of our condo, and Kathy's there at the very back at dusk, of course, working away for SS&C. Rain, snow, kind of like a mailman. Got to keep trucking on, I guess. At least until we lose power.
Bay Buccaneers lineman out here standing up against this wind because it's really pushing back, and this rain feels like needles, hitting your skin. It's coming so hard. You're hearing that something's gusting close to 100 miles an hour here, so the rain keeps falling down. You can see all the wind hitting all these boats and making them start to rock. We don't have a lot of storm surge and things like that right here. That's going to be the concern, or the very high winds. And this, folks, is what a hurricane looks like. It is really blowing. The rain is coming down inches an hour. It is really blowing hard. So if you're here in Manatee County, you need to stay wherever you are because it is treacherous out here. It's really rough, and it's just getting worse. In the last half hour or so, this wind has kicked up from 50, 60 miles an hour to close to 100 miles an hour. So we are really starting to see a difference here in the wind, and it's really starting to get treacherous out here. Right now, we You know, a man's over there on that boat right now. I guess he's not shooting. And of course, we are seeing just a huge amount of rain. It's been going like this for hours and hours. So that ground is going to be saturated. We could expect some of these trees to fall over here in Manatee County, and widespread power outages, I think, before this storm is over, because it is continuing to just barrel down on us. And right now, it's about the worst that we've seen so far, guys.
All right, Adam, but yeah, it's a little tough to hear you because that wind is so strong. Please stay safe out there.
Sure. We're all kind of beat up and tired and stressed out and getting ready to leave the condo and see what's going on with the boat. Pretty nervous about it, but look around here. You know, heck, the carport roof didn't really come off. Water's back up to a normal level. Yeah, I mean, some trees were damaged, but it wasn't terrible. So I'm hoping to find things in decent shape. We'll see. It looked like this little house took a bit of a beating, but it's kind of exposed to the water. It doesn't have our condo protecting it as much as some of these other ones. We'll see. But that's not terrible from what you can see on the outside by any means. Well, it's strong enough that it broke our gate off the hinges. We're going to go down our dock here and see what we can see. I don't see any boats terribly damaged. Not yet. Okay, we're at the boat. And again, the only damage I can see is our bimini top here. Usually secured down here around the top of the windows. And it just broke loose. It looks like there's only about 4 screws holding it in. It's all said and done. Little epoxy, more screws, bolt on the other side, do it a little differently, make it more secure next time. And best I can tell, we're fine. I don't see anything missing off the mast or the top of the mast. And we'll go down below here. Not a drop of water or any damage in the boat. Got our steps, dock steps I secured down there. And I mean, it looks just like I left it. And even in the bilge here, it's bone dry now. I don't know if the pumps came on or not, but it didn't appear if they did. It didn't get too high. I'm just amazed. I've never been around winds that high and sustained for, you know, basically close to 24 hours, and the carnage is minimal here, so we got lucky. I'm sure when we get power back and can watch the news, we'll see some really sad stories for the folks south of us. Heading out on a fishing excursion.
This. Oh my gosh. Gotta catch something.
And it was another successful fishing trip with my buddy Warren. It was great to see Caleb and Kaylee come down, and we took a trip up to Tampa to watch the Chiefs beat the Buccaneers pretty bad, a little revenge for the Super Bowl. Shortly after Hurricane, we had a great visit with our friends from the lake, Marlon Dan and Marlon Dietrich. Got back to the swing of things, having fun again. It's great to see them. Two of our closest friends from back home came to visit, John and Kelly. John, actually, it's his second trip. He came down and helped me move in with the U-Haul.
With Dean and Kathy.
Yeah.
Enjoying ourselves.
We're at the Paso Grill Beach.
Yep.
Where are we eating tonight?
Spinners.
Spinners.
Out the cold throughout the night. Wasn't too bad, a lot of rocking and rolling, but right now we're at the peak wind here for Bradenton. I know TV says it's blowing 30, 40 with gusts up to 55. I'd say that feels about right. Not any fun, but we got everything tied down, and I think we're gonna be just fine. Hours of this, and it's supposed to taper off.
My nephew Brian, his fiancee Tracy, and his daughter Ava came down to celebrate Ava's 14th birthday. Anne and Steiner from Norway were also here as a surprise to Brian for a visit. We spent the day with Brian and his family on Siesta Key at the beach and shopping. Had a great time. So glad that they came down for a visit.
Today we made a little Thanksgiving excursion just for an anchorage off Emerson Point. It's only 2 or 3 miles from our marina. We just need to get off the docks, and I already put Christmas lights on the boat and whatnot, so we're not going to go sailing and probably until we get back home from after the holidays. So it'll be our last opportunity to leave the dock and at least get out on the water. So pretty nice little anchorage here. We're only in 8 feet of water, and that should be enough, I guess. Still not comfortable, but it's enough. And we get the dinghy in the water here a little bit, and I hope to fly the drone and take some pictures tonight of the boat at anchor with the Christmas tree lights on, and nothing much more than that. Get up bright and early tomorrow and go home. We had fog here this morning until about 10:30, so I might not be getting up bright and early tomorrow in the fog, but the wind's supposed to kick up about 10, and I just soon get home, not deal with too much wind, and get back in our anchorage safely. But other than that, it's supposed to be about 80 degrees today, overcast, and virtually no chance of rain today, so looking good.